can safely say the DCEU is on the right track. Patty Jenkins, Gal Gadot, and Chris Pine deliver in spades to create one of the best superhero origin movies that I've ever seen. And it's also just like one of the best movies of the year that I've seen. Like, this movie blew me away. There's moments of awe, moments of beauty, moments of epicness, moments of heartbreak, moments of just heart. Like, this movie got me on the edge of my seat multiple times, and I was sat in the third row of this theater. So usually you want to be like leaned back and not trying to be as far away from the screen as possible. And if this movie got me so invested, I'm still on the edge of my seat, moving closer to the screen, you know it's doing something well. There are also multiple moments where my friends and I like reacted as if someone just got like posterized, like in an NBA game. Like, we lost our shit. We were like, oh my god. Some of these like action set pieces were so well done. And some of the moments are just like, oh, I did not expect that to happen. That is so badass and awesome. But where this movie shines the brightest is Wonder Woman herself. Gal Gadot puts on a performance that's so personable, charming, witty, likable, fierce, and beautiful that she personifies a hope and optimism that the world right now just greatly needs. And I feel this movie, part of its legacy, will be the message of the movie and how Diana Prince embodies that character and how Gal Gadot's performance just brought that character to life. It was literally perfect. I cannot imagine how you can do the character of Wonder Woman any better. Also, the World War I setting adds the thematic elements of the movie greatly, and also just, I feel like it's just a badass aesthetic to look at, and see Wonder Woman with her costume just like being an array of hope in no man's land is like an image like I'm never gonna forget. Like, it's one of those iconic images that I think will go down in like cinema history, and people look back at the year 2017. One of the most iconic images will be Wonder Woman in No Man's Land, because it's just like that powerful of a moment, and it's so well done. And to help Wonder Woman on her journey is Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine. This might be the best I've seen Chris Pine in quite a while. Like Hell or High Water, who's exceptional as well, but I feel like he's on that same level of just like expertness acting in this movie. Like, he's just so likable, he's funny, his chemistry with Gal Gadot is incredible. Every like little moment they had, I was just like, my heart was so warm, and I love them so much together. They were, and he's also like a different character than Wonder Woman. Like, he has his own ideals, and like he adheres to them too. And like, I really like their dynamic and how he's like, I grew up in this human world, like I know humans. And I thought Diana Prince had this much more optimistic viewpoint. I thought it meshed really well, and it really, really worked for me. I loved every second of it. This film's also just really funny. Like, I was a little worried when I heard that there was going to be a lot of humor in the movie, because like, I thought the jokes in the trailers worked well. But I was like, one of my biggest pet peeves of just current superhero movies today is sometimes, and as much as I love Marvel movies, sometimes they inject jokes into dramatic moments where they shouldn't happen, and it takes away from the moment. And this movie does not do that. A lot of its jokes happen when the drama is not at its height, and it lets you feel the dramatic moments, so you start getting chills down your spine. They're not going to have some dumb cutaway joke. Like, the humor meshes greatly with the very realistic, gritty setting. It's amazing that Patty Jenkins was able to combine this like fish out of water comedy with this like optimistic yet gritty war movie, and it blended so well together in this like superhero movie. Like, it blew my mind. Like, this was so expertly crafted. I guess if I have any complaints, I would have liked to maybe spend a little bit more time in Wonder Woman's homeland, but I completely understand why they wouldn't do that, because they want to get to the World War I setting where majority of the story will take place, and it completely works. And I feel like some of the structure might be a little wonky, but for the most part, it's done just so well. I had such a great time watching every second of this movie. It doesn't really bother me that much. There were just some moments where I was like, that seems a little, like, it seems like it might be going a bit too fast. But then I think back, I'm like, no, there's plenty of moments that just like slowed down. It was just the movie was so great, I was still engaged thoroughly the entire time. So I don't know if it's really even a negative. It's just like, very slightly took away from my enjoyment, but it's still really well done. Overall, Wonder Woman is fantastic, and I'm so happy to report that Wonder Woman has set the DCEU train back on the right course. Now, I loved Man of Steel, I loved BVS. I understand I don't love BVS as much as I did in that initial review, but I still really enjoy the movie, and I watch it every like year or every few months or so. Ultimate Edition's better, by the way, just saying. But I feel like Wonder Woman is probably the best movie they've made for a mass audience. Like, look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. This is not going to divide people. This is going to unite people, which is exactly what Wonder Woman should be doing and is doing. I give Wonder Woman a 4.5 out of 5. Go see this movie. It's effing amazing. That score might raise the more times I watch it. I love this movie. It's so amazingly done. Thank you, Patty Jenkins. Thank you, Jeff Johns and John Berg, new executive producers and the heads up at DC Films now. If this is the direction you're taking the DCEU, I'm all aboard. Can't wait for Justice League. That was effing amazing. Now, if you like this review, I would love if you guys were to comment below. I will respond to most of the comments. I always enjoy talking to you guys. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.